Fish Bones. A short story. By J.C. Menapace. Chapter 1. Before Giancarlo Giaconetti became a beachcomber, he'd lived in the coal mining hamlet of Commerce Crossings in Pennsylvania. In his Nonna Giaconetti's household, his paternal grandparents' homestead, he'd felt boxed in. The kitchen, 15 feet long and 12 feet wide, had an old wood table covered in oilcloth with a floral pattern. Along with a white enamel rocking chair, a lumpy chaise lounge and an old-fashioned black cast-iron cook stove with a plate over each of its 4 coal-fired burners, these furnishings left little space for maneuvering. Most likely it had something to do with the hypersensitive mood upon which his mama as well as his papa's mama hung their lives, as each Friday, being Catholic, they'd fried bony haddock fillets for supper. Reclined on the chaise, Giancarlo had liked to watch them preparing it. Occasionally he'd focus his attention on their black cat yawning in among the dirty clothes piled in a wicker basket underneath the kitchen table. Just as soon as these two women turned their back, he'd grab the hunk of fried haddock from off the tabletop. Overindulgence being his way at 5 years of age, he ran off with it in the direction of the parlor while stuffing his mouth until a fish bone lodged in his throat. Hearing him gasping for air, Nonna Giaconetti sounded the alarm. "Giancarlo's going to die." As he'd convulsed, his eyes must have reminded them of the lemons and the oranges and the limes that roll into view in the window of a slot machine. But then he'd thought, "Ah, great. Papa is heading my way to rescue me." But wait. Why was his papa removing his belt? The old man began thrashing it across Giancarlo's back, his head, his arms. What agony! Nevertheless, he'd gotten the boy to spit up the fish bone. There, Giancarlo, don't you cry," he'd assured him, "it'll all be better before you marry. In time you'll understand you don't have to do everything the hard way."